Merry Christmas!
Hi, this is Chris from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for watching and listening. Have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
This is your host, Chris.
No! God, please, no! No!
I know, I'm sorry, but he's cheap and available.
How rude!
Always rude, always rude. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Merry Christmas, but not apparently if you work for Leicester City Football Club. And I'm guessing, I don't know whether it's a thing, whether they do the same in Belgium or not, but I'm guessing maybe for Leuven as well. Look, it's broke this morning. Personally, is this just another stick for the press to beat Leicester with? I think it could be. Get your thoughts in. Did your company pay your wages early at Christmas? I'm going to say very often, wherever I've worked, they can just get to the centre there. They kind of have, but it was always sort of not a given, not expected. It was almost like a little sort of bonus. Because if you're going to get paid, if your payday is the 29th, 28th, 30th, are you not going to expect that to be your wages every month? And if one month you are lucky enough to say, well, yeah, it's Christmas, we'll give it you before Christmas, well, that's a bonus. And the thing with bonuses are never guaranteed. But let me first of all read you. Now, this has come from Kamasip, the new lady that's sort of looking after that side of the club. And this has just been posted by Steve Evans on the Facebook group. So I'll read this to you. Well, it doesn't show it all, but it starts as, to take a moment to thank you for your continued commitment and hard work throughout the year. I am writing to let you know that the decision has been taken to align payroll dates across the King Power Group, meaning that this year December salaries will be paid in line with the normal monthly payroll schedule on the 31st of December, rather than the earlier pre-Christmas payment that we have made in previous years. I recognise that the earlier payment has become a valued tradition for many colleagues, and it is regrettable that I have been unable to relay this with greater notice to allow more time for your personal financial planning over the festive period. Please accept my personal apologies for any inconvenience this may cause. Thank you again for your contribution this year. I wish you and your families a restful break and a very happy festive season. Won't be a very restful break, because let's be honest with you, they're coming in on Boxing Day. Are we at home on Boxing Day? I just say my head is totally up my arse. Somebody tell me where are we on Boxing Day? Yes, we're at home, so the staff will be expected to come in, but again, that's part of the contract you sign. I mean, the comment that has been as well. Steve, who put the post up, said, "WTF? Club delaying pay for staff at Christmas." They're not delaying pay, and this is the thing: they are not delaying the pay because the pay will be paid to them on the 31st of December. I'm just doing the 30 days of September in my head then. So, but no, as Monica said there, it will be paid on the 31st of December. So obviously the last working day of the month is going to be the day when they get paid. Now, if I check my diary here, the 31st is a Wednesday. So that's when the pay will go in. The 30th, I suppose, if it's a 30-day month, the 28th, 29th, if it's February. Look, I get my pension. My pensions are paid into me every month on the 28th of the month. So, because my direct debits start coming out on the 1st. Now, everybody's direct debits that are getting employed by the club, their payments aren't suddenly going to come out early. They're still going to come out on the set days. Or the nearest, obviously, date after, depending on the working day, whether it's a weekend or not. So I can't see where this is making such a huge story. Yes, it's disappointing, but like I said, it's a bonus. My pensions will probably go in, because the Monday's the 29th, so it will probably go in. Where are we here? December. Let me get let me get this year's diary out. So if I normally get paid on the 28th of December with my pensions, it will go in. So if it normally falls on a Saturday or a Sunday, it goes in the nearest working day before. Now it's always before. So now the 28th of December is the Sunday. We did a Saturday before that. Then you got the Boxing Day and the Thursday. So my payment will go in Christmas Eve. But there's no guarantee what time it will go in. It could go in at 11 o'clock at night. And then I'm going, rushing down to the petrol station to buy the missus some flowers. As I say, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should the staff expect this? I mean, if you are waiting for your pay to go in on, let's say, Christmas Eve, where's the planning in that? I just can't see your comment at the moment, Armchair. Oh, there it is. It is a goodwill gesture. Exactly. That's all it is by the companies. Like I say, every year we used to get a memo where I work saying, yeah, we'll be paying you before Christmas. Wasn't a guaranteed thing. If one year we hadn't got that memo, we wouldn't have been paid. It is a goodwill gesture. Like I say, I think this is John Percy, who wrote this, stirring the shit at the Telegraph. Not that I ever read the Telegraph normally. But let's have a look what the Mercury have been saying. You can see their headline there. Leicester City disrupt workers' Christmas plans with delayed staff payment as apology issued. Leicester City have informed staff that their usual payment for December will not go ahead, with the club only relaying the delay to workers the day before wages were due. That's the naughty bit. I will grant you that they should have given more notice. The day before, come on, Leicester, that is a little bit naughty. Leicester City staff expecting pre-Christmas presents have been informed at late notice they won't receive their December wages until New Year's Eve. In an email sent to full-time and part-time staff on Thursday afternoon and seen by Leicestershire Live, the club informed workers that in order to align payroll dates across the King Power Group, they would not receive their pay until December the 31st. City staff are paid on the last day of the month for most of the year, but in December, payments have typically been sent out before Christmas. Staff had previously been told that this December's payment would come on Friday, December the 19th, which I guess is obviously today, only to be informed on Thursday afternoon that it would not be the case. Sources spoken to by Leicestershire Live said the delay of the pay and the late announcements of the change had upset their festive plans as they rely on their pre-Christmas wages in order to buy presents and food. Well, that's down to planning. If you're not buying any food or presents until the 20th of December. But look, I don't know everybody's financial arrangements, so I could be wrong there. I might be being unfair. One source described the mood among staff as foul, and some said workers were left in tears with the announcement ruining Christmas. Sources also say that staff attended their Christmas party early this week and spent money at the event, believing they would be paid on Friday. The email sent to staff came from interim managing director Kamatip, like Monica, as we said, who was appointed last month to assist Chairman Top in his role as interim chief executive. In the email, she apologises for the regrettable late notice given to staff and for being unable to follow through on a valued tradition. It has not been explained why the club have now chosen to align with the rest of the King Power Group and why they were unable to inform staff of the change until the day before they were due to receive their December wages. So again, look, this is aligning the club with the rest of the King Power Group. Now that to me makes sense. Now, this I'm just going to close the blinds. Blair with me. There's a blast from the past, isn't it? You couldn't see my full beauty then. Now you can't either. That's not really any better, is it? Anyway, the sun's come out. Something you don't expect in Paul in December. Let's see if that's any better. Yeah, it's probably going to be about as good as we're going to get it. But unable to follow through. Look, like I say, when the King Power Group took over Leicester City, they were probably carrying on the tradition that everything's always happened. And maybe before the King Power Group took over, the staff were being paid, early every year when it came to Christmas. That could quite possibly be the case. Thing is, and look, I tell you what the big problem is. It is the not being told. Hi Jay, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Been a while. So it's a communication, and we know that this company is absolutely shit at communication, don't we? we know it. But I'm just trying to. There we go. They are shit at communication. It's something we've learnt over the years. Very recently we learnt it. So they should have let the staff know. That is wrong. The staff saying that they should have had it. Well, like I say, they shouldn't really. It's a bonus. So the interesting thing that's going to come out of all this is, yes, the club should have let the staff know in advance. The other thing we don't know is this a case for the players as well? Methinks probably not. Can you imagine Harry Winks not getting his pay on time? Well, it's part of the. I know, Stuart. Good point there. Hi, Paul. How you doing? None of us know. Nobody knows what's going on at the club, and it is a very good point that you make there, Stuart. That they're aligning it with King Power, but we're owned by the fact. It's very, very mysterious. I'm just seeing. Able to follow through. I see what you mean, mate. And they've got the Christmas party coming on, so that should have happened. Where was it? I read. Oh yeah. In order to align dates across the King Power Group, like you say, it's the family that own us. So that's a very, very, very good point. As we're close to receiving a points deduction, it's been quite clear on the PSR front. We're interested to see how much points wise. I'm not going to go into the PSR. That's for another show. But very good point. King Power allegedly don't own us. So what is going on? It is a bit, like I say, to me, the bad thing here, and we shouldn't be surprised, is the communication. But we know that shit from Top and his family. We know, they don't talk to the staff. They don't. Well, we've seen that now. They don't talk to the fans. This is just another example of that. Like I say though, the staff, had they known, probably wouldn't have spent as much on drinks maybe at the party or something like that. But again, like I say, if the normal payday at Leicester City is the last working day of the month, then that's when they should expect their pay. If it comes in earlier, that is purely a bonus. Like you say, it is interesting that they want to align it with the rest of the King Power group when apparently it's the family that own us, not the group. I presume, Paul, that they do. I'm guessing they do from all this. But, like I say, it's very interesting. Will this be happening to the players? Like I say, Vestergaard, will he be able to go and afford his dog food? If he's not getting paid until the end of the month, what's going to happen? You know what would be nice? And this is never going to happen. But what would be nice would be for the highest paid player in the championship, a certain Mr. Harry Winks, he could, with 1 week's wages, pay probably all the staff their monthly wage and still have change. Wouldn't it be nice for someone like him to come out and go, do you know what? I'll cover the wages for a few days and then I'll get it back from the club, or you can pay me back when it comes in. That would be a really nice thing to do. We're always talking about the charities that we help, all this, that, and the other. But you know what? Charity begins at home. If the players have been paid, then it's a fucking disgrace. If the players haven't been paid, there we go. I don't know. I mean, like I say, it is a Billy bonus, and it's not happened. It's just another worrying sign of what is going on at the club, and nobody has any answers. Nobody has really any answers. The thing to remember, though, is no matter how bad things get, we still do have a football club. Whether that football club with points deduction is in the 3rd tier, we've got a football club. We've got a stadium, which we own. We don't owe money on it. Well, thanks again to the King Power and Top and his dad, rest in peace. We're not where Coventry were a few years ago. No home ground to play at. Bottom tier, points deductions. Derby having points deductions. We've still got a club. Look, let's be honest with you. If we were in the position we were in, or we are in, regarding PSR, this would be a non-story. This would not even kick off, no pun intended. I just think at the moment, Leicester City are news because of everything that's going on. It's coming up to December. It's quiet. The rumours haven't started about the January transfer window yet. So your journalists like John Percy, who let's be honest with you, most of his stuff, as is everybody's journalism these days, it's all, not just him, but everybody, it's all copy and paste, isn't it? Leicestershire Live only wait for it to go up on another person's account and then they copy it, as indeed we do here. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm responding to that going up. So it is a quiet month. So I don't know, if we weren't talking PSR as well, I don't know whether this would actually be as big a story as it is. Are they going to get paid? Yes, they are. It doesn't say here that there's, it's not saying that the club can't afford to pay. There's none of that at all. what they are saying is they're just having to delay the payment. When somebody takes over something, there are changes. When if Sports Direct takes over JJB, or he may have done already, I don't know. Paydays may be different. It'll all be aligned to make it easier. But as like I say, we just want to know. We just want clarity, and all these promises from Top when he was sat in the middle of the undercover car park, wherever it was. If that's the entrance to his building, bloody hell. But he was sat there and he promised us a new beginning, and he wanted to share things with the fans. Well, don't let the newspapers publish stories first. Come out and go, really sorry, we've not been able to pay this month early as we normally do every Christmas. It's become a bit of a tradition. This is why, but you will be paid on the 31st, and give notice as well. So maybe we're not looking at a new Top and family running this club. Maybe it was all bullshit that he sat there telling the Leicester City employee who was interviewing him. Just reminds me of another interview that was aired on the BBC that was full of lies. Mr. Mountbatten. But anyway, that's the position it's in. I feel sorry for the staff. If staff are living that close to the bread line, there is obviously problems. I think could the club have handled this better? Yes. Was the club? I think so, Paul. I think they're making a mountain out of a molehill. I really, really do. If we hadn't been, if we were still sort of 6th, 7th in the Premier League, battling for Europe, no more money troubles, this wouldn't even be a story. They're just trying to link the story, in my opinion. And look, I know fuck all when it comes to football, but in my opinion, they're just trying to rake up a story with the fact that the PSR result will be out pretty soon. 67, I don't get that. The interview, Antonio signing probably, nothing has changed upstairs. No, and I don't think it will. I think that was Top just coming out and spouting bullshit to try and get the fans back on side, because he saw that the fans basically, for the first time, are actually going, we don't like what this, what the owners are doing. But anyway, look, I'm going to go because we're going to be back at 1:30 with the beautiful Kate, and she'll be picking her 11 to face QPR this Saturday at 3:00 down at Loftus Road, or whatever it's called these days. The Marty Cifuentes derby. Let's hope the players are paid and turn up. Guys, add your thoughts in the description below. Do you think this is right, what Leicester are doing? Or was it just the fact that they should have told the staff before? It is, like I say, we've said a few times, it is a bit of a bonus, but are things at the club actually changing, or are they still as shit as they were before? And like I say, Top, as much as you love him, was he just spouting bullshit the other day when he did that interview? Add your thoughts in the comments below. Also, subscribe, like, share, and don't forget, of course, if you're on your mobile, please do hype it. That's a new thing you can do. That really helps the channel as well. And if you're listening via your favourite podcast platform, thank you very much for lending me your ears. I'll see you in 35 minutes exactly with my sidekick, Kate. Take care, everybody. Like I say, add your thoughts in the description below. Are the club being horrible? Have they got it wrong? Put your thoughts in there. Have a good 35 minutes, and I will see you with Kate's Pick and Mix. I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you for watching. Have a Merry Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.